I'm Natan. In This Week in Life, the Chinese government closed its U.S. consulate in Chengdu. This decision comes after the U.S. government closed its Chinese consulate in Houston, Texas. The U.S. reportedly closed the consulate due to suspicions that Chinese diplomats were conducting espionage from within the consulate. China has made similar claims against the U.S. at the Foreign Ministry meeting in Beijing on Friday. This story is expected to further unfold in the next week. In other news, Donald Trump issued a memo this week that calls for the exclusion of unauthorized immigrants from the part of the 2020 U.S. Census used to evenly allot seats of Congress to different states. Of course, this memo has been met by an onslaught of backlash, with groups such as Common Cause, a government watchdog group, even going as far as suing Trump on grounds of unconstitutionality. On a lighter note, zoos who are deciding to cautiously reopen have found that their population of big cats, as well as other animals, are overexcited to see visitors again. Zoo staff are pleasantly surprised by this, but to be honest, it should be expected. Now on to This Week in Life and History. On July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong said the famous words, "One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," as he became one of the first men to step on the moon. On July 21st, 1861, the first battle of the Civil War, the Battle of Bull Run, was fought in Northern Virginia. On July 23rd, 1904, the ice cream cone was invented. On July 24th, 1911, the ruins of the ancient city of Machu Picchu were discovered. On July 25th, 1895, groundbreaking radiologist Pierre and Marie Curie were married. And on July 26, 1775, the U.S. postal system was established. That's all for now, so let's go over to Alexander for This Week in Tech.
Thanks, Natan. This Week in Tech, we're talking about the launch of the Ryzen 4000 APUs, KFC's lab-grown chicken, and NVIDIA potentially getting into the CPU marketplace. First up, AMD launched the Ryzen 4000 APUs, but only to OEMs and system integrators, and not to the DIY market, yet. I know it's quite a disappointment, but it's what we've got. These processors will not be running Zen 3 like the 4000 naming suggests, but they're going to be running Zen 2, just like their laptop counterparts. The scaling goes from 4 cores and 8 threads with 6 graphical compute units, all the way up to 8 cores and 16 threads with 8 compute units. And with each processor having a 35 watt and 65 watt configuration. Hopefully these processors should be on the shelves by the time that the rest of the 4000 series launches, or even better, in the near future. Next up is KFC's lab-grown chicken. Studies show that the method that KFC is using should take up 100 times less space and emit 25 times less greenhouse gases. Not to mention that you don't have to harm animals to get the meat. Heck yeah, for saving the world. Finally, NVIDIA is getting into the CPU market space as they're looking to buy ARM, like the entire thing from their current owners, is SoftBank. As much as you think that Apple should be buying it, they're not. They've got better things to do. Now, NVIDIA, being as massive as it is, owning a whole processor architecture will show some complications down the line. I wonder what Apple's going to do if NVIDIA buys ARM, since they've had some beef with NVIDIA in the past. Anyway, that's all for today. Stay safe, stay awesome, and as always, stay smart. Over to Noah with This Week in Sports.
Welcome to This Week in Sports. This is part of the show where I bring you what sports have to offer throughout the course of this week. Right, let's get into it. Our first story of today is about the Washington football team, and yes, that is their actual name. and here is their logo. Our next story is about the NBA and that it's returning on July 30th. That is really good, especially because when the whole outbreak started, the NBA was the first league to shut down with having one player get the virus the first night it shut down. All right. Today, the NHL has announced its 32nd team, only a couple years after it announced the 31st. Its 32nd team name is the Seattle Kraken. Their logo should be right here. Our final story today is about baseball, and that it's back. I mean, it's great. I mean, I'm an Orioles fan, you know. All right, what's the score right now? Hey, what's the score right now? 13-2. All right. This is gonna be an awful season. Oh, damn it. All right, it's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. We're great. All right then. That's all for This Week in Sports. Now on to This Week in Media with Hannah.
Thanks, Noah. This week in media, President Trump has changed his narrative on COVID-19, but do we think he has the correct intentions? He has canceled some of the activities of the Republican National Convention and has encouraged America to wear masks, but he is also slipping in the polls to Joe Biden. So do we think it's because he genuinely cares, or is this just a ploy for more voters? Representative Ted Yoho is receiving tons of backlash for using harsh language towards Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and is being told to step down. Finally, Portland, Oregon is still in shambles right now due to clashing between protesters with Black Lives Matter and federal officers. Hopefully, things get better worldwide and across the country, but that's it for now. I'll see you guys next week. Bye!
Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. And if you excuse me, I will go be watching the end of the Orioles game. Right now it's in the 7th inning stretch, and it's 13-2.